What's up, my beautiful tilapias? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys don't know who I am, well, let me introduce myself. My name is Eric, aka Fish Poker. And if you guys do know who I am, well, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a good minute, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, a little more than 2 years that I've posted a full-length vlog out here on YouTube. And, that's one of the things I get asked the most. Why did I stop? But, the reality is that I really didn't stop. I started posting short form content. I started posting on TikTok. I started posting on Instagram. There was a time where that kind of took off a few years ago, and I kind of just jumped on that wagon. And today, that's what this video is all about. I'm going to go on and show you a few of my favorite Instagram poker reels. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. We are on the cutoff looking down at a suited one gapper and make it 25. Just like your mom, this bet's a bit on the larger side, but one thing to note is that Branson Poker has generously splashed the pot with 10 bucks, so my $25 bet is just fine. It seems like half the table wants those Branson dollars because we get 3 callers and we go 4 ways to a flop of 9 deuce 5 rainbow. It's action on the table bully on the small blind, and he's gonna go on and dip his chip into my guacamole with a massive bet of 60 bucks. I'm not buying what he's trying to sell. It's action on me, and I have about 250 bucks behind. If I just flat this call, not only will I run the risk of pricing in everybody else at the table, but I'm only gonna have a measly pot-sized bet left in my chamber, which is not ideal. I'm just gonna go on and bust out my Thug Life card as I go all in for 250 of my hard-earned moolah. If any of you tilapias out there would like to make some moolah of your own in a fun, friendly, and secure online poker game, then go on and click that link in my bio. Anyway, the table bully goes into the tank for what seems like an eternity before finally making the call, and we are feeling great when he announces he has 10-9. All I gotta do now is avoid one of the remaining 3 10s available, and this massive pot is mine.
I'll suck a dick for a 10.
Of course, he drills a dime on the turn, and we are gonna lose this pot when we don't improve on the river. Nice hand, sir. All right, so I remember this hand. It was from the Branson Poker meetup game. Yes, I remember this. I didn't post a full-length vlog because I did lose my content phone, my phone that I used to record when I chug beers with people, and so all of that was gone. The only thing I had left was my phone that was on the table, my content phone that I used to record hands at the table. That was the only thing.
You called a race with Queen 10, honey.
Actually, Phil, we're not gonna just call this. We're gonna raise it to 15 bucks, and the only honey we're gonna be honeying it up with is the table bully on the small blind, and we're gonna go heads up to a flop of 10 king 5 with 2 hearts. Just like we anticipated, the table bully donks out a bet of 20 bucks, to which there's no other acceptable play than to just flat. I mean, I know there's an argument to be made for a raise since there is a flush draw out there. If the bully did have a flush draw, then we definitely want to be charging him for it, but not today, Satan. I just flat, and the good news is that we drill a queen on the turn. The bad news is that it's a freaking hard, and the table bully's not gonna let his foot off the accelerator as he fires off another wager, this time to the tune of 55. Anyway, 55 is a beautiful, well-sized bet, but is it enough to make this tilapia fold? I mean, the flush obviously came in, which is a hand the bully could definitely have when he leads out into me, which I was the original aggressor. Just like Frozen, I'm not gonna be able to let it go. I make the call, and of course, sweet baby Jesus got my back as another dime lands on the river. Hell freaking yeah. The bully fires one last bullet of 45 bucks, and no sir, that's not gonna work for me as I repoop him to a $1.20. The bully's now in the tank for what seems like an eternity, and finally he makes the call and announces that he just has a king, which is obviously not gonna sink my boat. Woo, this is another hand from the Branson Poker game, and I remember this bully too. He was a great guy. He was a fun player. He was a good player, but nonetheless, yeah, I remember this. That sucks for him. We are looking down at these Brokeback Mountain Cowboys in middle position, and we make it 8 bucks. This guy calls, this guy calls, this guy calls, and we're gonna go 4 ways to a flop of Queen Jack King. Hell freaking yeah. We flop a set on a board that's wetter than your mom, and since we're first to act, we're gonna continue our aggression with a bet of 20 bucks. This guy folds, but this guy isn't going anywhere as he makes the call, and now all we gotta do is avoid a scary card like an ace or a 10.
Mother.
I check, he surprisingly checks back, and we see a free 8 on the river. I check again, and he bets out for 20 bucks, and even though any 9 or any ace beats me, I just can't put him on any of those 8 cards since he did check back that 10 on the turn. He could still have some random 2 pair, or maybe the only pair he has is a big juicy pair of testiculars for a stone cold bluff. As much as I love origami, I'm not gonna be able to fold. I pay him off, and of course he has that stupid ace. Nice hand, sir.
Oh man, I remember this. This was at Little Poker Chef's game. I think Cairo from Cairo Meetup. Cairo Loves You. He was at this game too, and it wasn't even a big pot, so it's good. But at the same time, it's not good. I hate losing, freaking, especially after flopping a set.
We're gonna kick this party off with a couple of crabs under the gun. Like a true fish, we're gonna limp in our opponent in lay position who claims has suckable toes makes it 12 bucks. No, you don't have to rewind this video. You heard right.
You see what my feet say? My tattoos say these are suckable. These are suckable.
These are suckable.
Say these are suckable. They said.
Are your feet suckable though?
Of course.
Anyway, she makes it 12 bucks. It folds all the way around to me, and it seems like a great idea to call being out of position versus an aggressive player, right? I make the call, and we're gonna go heads up to see a flop. Now, the good news is that I flop a mother effing set. Hell freaking yeah. The bad news, though, is that they're all diamonds, and if there's one thing I know about diamonds is that they're a girl's best friend. So I decide to check, and my opponent goes on and bets out a chunky bet of 24 bucks. I'm definitely gonna exercise my right to check raise, but to what amount? I think a check raise to about 65 bucks would be ideal, but the only problem with that is that if I do that and she calls, I'm not even gonna have a half-size pop bet left in the chamber. If my toe-sucking opponent has a good diamond, then this is gonna get very expensive for her, as I'm gonna shove for my remaining 100 bucks. She quickly makes the fold, and we are gonna take this pot down. Hell freaking yeah. We're gonna kick this pot.
Shout out to her. She plays now at the DGAF game. They have a live stream at the Lucky Lady, and I've seen her there. So shout out to her.
We are gonna get involved in a voluntary/mandatory $10 PLO double board bomb pot where we're gonna be looking down at King Jack 8-3. The top board comes out a little bit above average, Ace Queen 10, so we flop the absolute nuts on that one. We're not so lucky on the bottom board when we only hit top pair when he comes out 9 King 10. It checks to me, and because this is a PLO game, meaning that it's pot limit Omaha, we can only bet the amount of money that's in the middle. We are gonna go on and bet out $80. And talking about dollars, if you guys would like to come play some real secure online poker for some real dollars, then go on and click that link in my bio. Anyway, it folds to Caesar in early position, and he's gonna repot it again, putting me all in. There's $380 in the middle. It's 140 more to me, and I have the nuts on one board. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Should I fold? Hell freaking no. There's no folding here. I make the call, and we're gonna see a 9 and a queen up top. We're gonna see a king and a 10 on the bottom. This son of a biscuit has the audacity to turn over not one, but 2 freaking boats, one on each board, and this piece of crap is gonna go on and scoop this $520 pot. Of course, I'm not a sore loser. I'm not a bad sport. I tell him, nice hand, sir, but on the inside, I'm like, you mother.
I swear, I am my biggest fan.
You're burning your mother.
All right, my beautiful tilapias, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, go on and click that thumbs up button, go on and click that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.